All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It's June 8th. We got game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Last game, the Warriors tied the series back up with a pretty commanding win over the Celtics. They out-physicaled them. They outplayed them. Everything. The Celtics, as a Celtics fan, I think I can say had an absolutely abysmal performance. Definitely towards the latter half of that game. But we got game 3 here. It is a 3.5 point spread, 212.5 total here. And I got 5 plays for you guys, 2 of them being plus money, so make sure to stick through the entire video. We got 5 plays to jump into today. But before we get into that, I have a few announcements to get to here. We're going to start it off with the giveaway, guys. We're still running our 10,000 subscriber giveaway, and we're already almost at 10.5K. You guys are absolutely crazy, and I'm so thankful for how much you support the channel. But we are doing our 10,000 sub giveaway here. You guys can enter to win an official NBA licensed jersey. It can be a retro one, it can be any player, any name, anything like that. NBA jersey or MLB jersey, as we're running this through the MLB picks videos that Ethan does on the channel as well. All you got to do is go to the community tab and enter by finding the post that we have on the screen right now. And if you don't know how to get the community tab, all you have to do is go to our channel or go to youtube.com/GuyBostonSports. Find the community tab, scroll down a little bit as we posted this post probably a week ago or so. Find this post, and all you have to do is comment your email under it, and that literally is as simple as that, and that's as simple as how we can make it for you guys. So make sure to go check this out. Find this in the community tab. And if you are a baller, we'll say this: if you are a baller, shout out to the ballers, the ones that pay $2.99 a month to truly support the channel. If you are a baller or want to become a baller, you can also get 2 entries there as well by doing the exact same thing. If you're a baller and enter your email, you get 2 entries into the giveaway. And we also have a ballers only giveaway going on right now. So if you do want to sign up, $2.99 a month to show your support on the show and on the channel, and show your support for me, Ethan, and everyone else on the channel, make sure to check that out. And you guys have a couple different giveaways that you can enter pretty much immediately. But let's get into the ugly here, guys. Hey, game 2 was not our night. I'll tell you that right now. Look at the recap here. We go 1-5. We had a positive game 1. We go 1-5 in game 2. And did you guys hear the womp womp? Might want to take out your headphones for this one. We're cranking it. It's tough. It's tough out here. 1-5. I mean, a lot of this, obviously, like the first quarter and the first half, so damn close to hitting. But you guys know how I talk about it on the channel. Keep it fully transparent. A loss is a loss. We do have our Larry Bird Dr. J hat on today. Hopefully, you know, to get some good luck going. Everyone's always like, that is a dumb hat in the comments. And guess what? It is a dumb hat, but it might be a lucky hat. That's what we're testing out here today. But the Warriors' first quarter did not hit. The Warriors, the first half total did not hit. Wiggins over in 16 points. Honestly, looked like he was trending. Did not hit. Klay Thompson under in points is the only cha-ching that we can give today. Marcus Smart's over in rebounds and assists did not hit. And then our ride of the day, unfortunately, did not come through here from Okamote here. Womp womps. So womp womps are in order, I guess, in terms of this show today. But we are hoping to bounce back in game 5. I will say, obviously, when things, you know, when games lead to blowouts and stuff like that, we're looking at a tough thing when you have a couple overs. And we had 1, 2, 3 overs in our 5 plays last night, and things were blown out. So tough night there, but let's bounce back today. I'm confident we will. We've got a few different games that we like. Again, we got game 3, -3.5. Celtics, and the total is 12.5. Let's get into my first pick. My first pick here is going to be the Celtics team total over 107.5. Now, you might be thinking, Ev, you are such a dweeb Celtics fan. The Celtics have a bad game. Oh my God, all they're going to do is bounce back, right? That's a typical thing to say. Well, yeah, that is kind of what started this thought process into looking into this play. But then I looked into it more and more and more. And the Celtics, if they score less than 10 points, now this is December 1st and on in the season. So even including when they were a rough ball club here, when they score less than 100 points in their next, they average about 117 points per game here, and there's some big numbers: 123, 130, 128 in games that they've scored less than 100 points this year in the following games. So this Celtics team really embodies that sort of, hey, you know, we got egg on our face last game, let's go out there and absolutely play balls to the wall the next game. We're hoping to see that. I can say that as a Celtics fan, but also the statistics prove it there. So Celtics over 107.5 team total, minus 120 odds here. That is our first play. We've also looked into, haven't really done too much this year, but the team total in the first half over 55 as well. Stats didn't totally prove that one out. I don't hate it, but guys, as I always say, keep an eye on the pinned comment for any final plays. If I add anything, it'll be there, and stuff like that. So make sure to check out the pinned comment. We'll have a couple different links there for the merch and stuff like that. But then also, you know, the final plays will be at the bottom of the pinned comment. And we might be doing a little parlay of the day in there as well, but we don't have that put together yet for the video, so make sure to check that out in the pinned comment. But let's move on to the next play, and this one I do really like here. Andrew Wiggins over 15.5 points. Now, we've taken his over in both game 1, which we hit for plus 108 odds, and then game 2, like we just talked about, we did not hit his over. But let me tell you why I like it here. It's also dropped a point. I've got this at 15.5 points, minus 120 odds. Andrew Wiggins still, even with the dud last game, and again, that's a little bit of a minutes issue there. He was averaging 37 plus minutes per game, or I think it was 36.7 minutes per game in the Dallas series. 35 minutes he played in game 1 against Boston, and then all of a sudden, you know, because of the blowout, because of the way that game trended, Andrew Wiggins only played a little over 30 minutes in game 2 there, and you know, I think he finished with 11 points, and he was off to a good start, hit a couple threes, like he looked like, okay, we're gonna get the 16.5, did not come through. But Andrew Wiggins still, even with that dud of a game in game 2, he's hit this over in 11 of his last 15 games. In his last 5, he's averaging 17.8 points per game here. So Andrew Wiggins, I do trust to be able to come out here and at least give us 16 points. I think that the Celtics are very much going to be focusing on Klay Thompson, going to be focusing on Steph Curry. We know Draymond Green's gonna have their attention. I think that we're going to be able to see an Andrew Wiggins come out here and have a very quiet 16 plus points here. So over 15.5 at minus 120. I do like the odds there. And again, we've seen it all series long. You know, he doesn't look like he's getting that total, you know, third eye in terms of them covering him and worrying about him. It's all about Steph, Klay. Now after game 2, we're gonna have our focus on Draymond, not for scoring, but they're gonna have an idea of where he is. And then you have Jordan Poole too. Like, Andrew Wiggins is the least of the Celtics concerns, and they already struggle covering that position. So I do like the play here at Andrew Wiggins over 15.5 points. Next, we have ourselves an under for plus money. Again, we got 2 plus money plays on the board tonight. We got Klay Thompson's under 3.5 rebounds. He's hit this in 4 straight games. 1 rebound, 2 rebound, 2 rebounds, and 3 rebounds. So you have really, really big value here, plus 115. Now, obviously, last game there was on the hook 3 rebounds. Just skidding by the skin of your teeth. You did take that last time out, but huge value here to plus 115 odds. And I do have a theory behind how Klay Thompson's going to be playing this game. Now, Klay Thompson is being absolutely dragged through the mud based on how he's been playing as of late. People have on the media or just on the streets talking about the series saying, can you believe Klay? Like, he is just not looking like himself. I think Stephen A. Smith put out like an APB for him. Like, he is absolutely being dragged through the mud. In fact, he hit his first shot. Look at that form. Look at that form. Hit his first shot at one point last game, and all of a sudden went like this to the crowd. Like, Klay Thompson knows that there's some talk going around about his play. I think Klay Thompson's going to come out shooting. I mean, he's going to be sticking around the perimeter mainly, and then on defense when, you know, the Celtics chuck a shot, whereas maybe he could be crashing the glass doing other things, I think he's going to start leaking out in transition, trying to get the ball and trying to get a bucket. So I think Klay Thompson's going to play this game very much away from the rim, as if to say he doesn't do that all the time anyways, but even more so because he knows that he needs to put up some points, and the way he puts up points is being further away from the rim than closer. So Klay Thompson here, I'm taking his under 3.5 rebounds for some decent odds there, plus 115. Next up, we have Marcus Smart over 5.5 assists. Now, you might be thinking, Ev, Marcus Smart has let you down twice in 2 games now with his overs. And that's true. But you have 5.5 assists here, plus 120 odds, another plus money play. for a guy that's averaged 6 assists so far per game in the playoffs. So really looking at that, this, the 5.5 line, I think that makes total sense. But looking at where this value is, the fact that it's plus value, I really do think you're getting, you're splitting hairs here, but I think you're getting some extreme value in this one. And I think the Celtics have to bounce back overall. And Marcus Smart being the facilitator, being one of the main cogs in this offense, I think that he's going to be able to dish some dimes out there. He had 5 assists last game. And, he didn't even play his full allotment of minutes like he normally would. So it's not crazy to think that he would gotten 1 more assist had he not played only 25 minutes in his last game. Now, the turnovers are where he needs to figure it out, but I guess we're not taking anything on his turnovers or anything like that tonight. So he can have a million turnovers for all I care, as long as it does not impact the Celtics winning chances. He can have a million turnovers. If he gets those 6 assists, we're cashing for plus 120 there. All right, we got one last play, and I had to do this one. I had to do it. People are going to think I'm a salty Celtics fan, but Draymond Green under 7.5 rebounds. Now, Draymond Green, obviously we've seen him go off at times in terms of grabbing rebounds. He did in game 1. He had 11 rebounds. Last game, he had 5 rebounds. Still played 35 minutes in that blowout game. But I just think the Celtics, based on all the animosity right now, are going to come out and play him absolutely, extremely physically. And Draymond Green, he can handle the physical play, but it's going to bump him away from the hoop a little bit. When you come in to box him out, you're going to give him a hard arm or a hard ass or hard ass. Yikes. But you're going to play him hard physically, and you're not going to want him to get the ball. They're going to say any of the other 4 guys on the court, you guys get the ball, not Draymond on the glass. So I think that anyone covering him, Grant, Al, even Tatum if he's boxing him out, Marcus when he's on him, Robert Williams, I think they're going to play him super physically. And, again, that's just sort of my vibe of the game. But when you look at this too, he still hit this under in 5 of his last 6 games. So I think you have some serious value here as well at minus 120. I think Draymond Green, he can go ahead and get 6 rebounds, 7 rebounds, and have a good rebounding night. But, the 7.5, this is, he's averaging 7.1 in the playoffs here. On the season, 7.3. So both of those numbers in his last 5, 6.6. Any way you look at this number's a little bit higher than his averages. So you're getting decent value here. And I do think that, Vegas probably isn't accounting for how the Celtics are going to react and play against him. But that is going to do it for the picks for today, guys. Again, keep an eye on the pinned comment for our final plays. That is where our final plays will be. All 5 of these plays are already final plays, so you don't have to check for those. But if we had any added plays or our ride of the day, again, use hashtag ride of the day in the comments. If you do have a play that you want me to jump on board with, I'm picking one person in the comments. We're 1-1 right now in the playoffs, picking your guys' picks, but picking one person to ride with in the comments. You got to use hashtag ride of the day, and I will be jumping on board with one of you guys. You guys get a shout out in the next video, win or loss. But keep an eye on the pinned comment. That's where we'll put all of this. And yeah, we might throw in a parlay of the day as well, so keep an eye out for that. But that's gonna wrap it up for this video, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. As always, peace out.